Hey, what is up guys, I'm KBHD here, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. And right off the bat, you're going to notice it looks very similar to the Galaxy Note 3, at least in the fact that it's a large Samsung Android phone. But upon closer inspection, it is better in a lot of ways. So for messing around with it and the quality time I got to spend with it today, I'm going to go ahead and say 90% of the improvements to this phone are in the hardware department, and the last 10% are in the software. And I said this on Twitter, but it's kind of hard to explain, but I am now finally actually really impressed with a piece of Samsung hardware, and it's about damn time. Now the software, it's super familiar. Essentially, it's the same software we've already seen on the Galaxy S5. It's TouchWiz on top of Android 4.4.4 KitKat. Hopefully it'll get the Android L update pretty soon. And if you've handled a Samsung Android phone before, you'll know your way around here pretty well. I mean, it's literally, again, nearly the same as the GS5 software. But it wouldn't be a Note without having a couple extra software tricks or two up its sleeve. So one notable one is the multitasking improvements. Now you can swipe in from a corner to make smaller windowed apps, and these windowed apps remain fully functioning applications, like they're just a smaller version of the apps you use already. And you can move them around and resize them. The list of apps supported by this windowing feature is growing, and you can have up to 16 of these windows going on at the same time. Not that you'll probably ever need to do that, but you can definitely be super productive and have a whole bunch of useful things going on. For example, you're walking around the city for the first time taking pictures with the minimized camera, but you have maps in the background open to keep track of where you are. Neat stuff like that. Another software trick from being a Note is working well with the improved stylus. So the S Pen has a slightly updated design. It's now actually a little bit thinner, and it has this tip that's sensitive to many more pressure levels. So when you're writing text in their Notes app, the pressure levels will create a different type of script. And of course it works perfectly with the Note as you'd expect. I'm personally not the biggest stylus user ever when it comes to using my Galaxy Note, but they keep adding awesome features, so you can use it just like you'd use your finger on the touchscreen. Oh, and side note, if you go with an off-color Galaxy Note 4, like pink or something, the stylus is also pink. So that's a nice touch. But outside of that, I said this is almost Galaxy S5 software with a few nifty improvements, but there is a new wide-angle selfie mode, a new shortcut to take a selfie using the new heart rate monitor on the back, and there are a bunch of other features that I'll have to dig through the settings to check out. But like I said, the real improvements here, are absolutely with the hardware. You can watch all the promos and commercials and videos you want, but actually holding this phone was the only thing that convinced me of its premium build. This Galaxy Note 4 actually has metal now, aluminum sides and chamfered edges like we saw on the Galaxy Alpha or even the iPhone 5S. Not that fake plastic looking like metal thing on the Galaxy S5 or the Note 3, but actual metal. It's heavier, it's much more solid, and it makes a huge difference in the way it feels in the hand. The back of the phone is still this softer touch faux leather look again, but they got rid of the tacky fake stitching look. And honestly, seriously, this is the best looking and feeling Galaxy smartphone I think Samsung has ever made, and I'm super impressed by that. It still has a removable back, so you can add to the 32 gigs of internal storage with a micro SD card, and you can swap out that 3,220 mAh battery whenever you want. Also, this battery now supports a rapid charging technology that'll get you from 0% to 50% charged in half an hour. And I gotta say, even the buttons are miles better than the Galaxy S5. The power button on the side is clicky and tactile and oddly very satisfying to press. And the volume buttons have a nice feeling too, also made of metal. And the home button is also now a fingerprint scanner like on the Galaxy S5, but it also is still really tactile, unlike the Galaxy S5, so that's another improvement there. I just wish Samsung's fingerprint reading technology was better and less finicky, but I guess that's part of software, so it's a work in progress. Also, the internal hardware is an upgrade too. It has a Snapdragon 805 chip, top of the line, and 3 gigs of RAM. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, it has a new super sharp 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display, putting it at over 500 pixels per inch and basically making it the best display on any smartphone out right now. So all of that, its super sharp display, new internal specs are awesome. All of that combined with the new 16 megapixel camera makes it a pretty sweet viewfinder. And this new camera also has optical image stabilization, which is a first for Samsung, and that should allow for sharper photos, better low-light performance, and more stable video, which is sure to keep it atop my list of best smartphones to shoot video with. Now, a lot of these things that I'm spouting out at you are just numbers. Like, you can say Snapdragon 805, you can say 2560 by 1440, you can say 3220 milliamp hours, but I will definitely be putting these to the test for my full review. This is just the first impressions, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see the video that it comes out sometime in October when this phone is released, where I give my full review and all the things you need to know about this phone. But like I said, so far, after just spending some quality time with it, I am very impressed. And I watched the presentation, just like you guys, rolling my eyes, just because, you know, Samsung presentations can get pretty cheesy. But actually holding this metal in my hands changed my mind really fast. So the Galaxy Note 4 continues the Note tradition of baller hardware a couple months after the Galaxy S line comes out, and these top-notch specs, killer features, and now finally, a seriously improved build. And it's about damn time, Samsung. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.